Hello everyone, welcome to the 28th Battle of the Promethean Directive. My name is Miles Luke, I totally forgot that at the beginning. Today we're watching the 2nd Armored Tractors from the Lefts-O'Neill Corp, led by CEO Miss Lefts, facing up against another combat bounty, this one being the Spirit of Hendrik, Rogue Strider Fort. This was the very first combat bounty to be added, and it's been sitting here for years on the map, while it's kind of been active for maybe as long as a century or certainly decades. But it is the remnant of the Hendrik Harlaw expedition, with the Spirit of Hendrik led by Rosa Harlaw. Over here, we've got two of these Victorian Amphi-Explorer escorts, which have been provided for the player to use on their side. Here we have the battle line of the Lefts-O'Neill Corp, a bunch of these Sakutaro tanks, and then another escort on that side. While over here is the very menacing looking Rogue Strider Fort. With, I feel like that is a fun face. Don't know if it's intended or not. Which is absolutely bedecked in large cannons, with two of these cute little bauble scouts. Alrighty, with all of that said, and an opportunity for another good screenshot here, let's get things underway. I do love a good ornithopter. And let's follow these crams, because crams are fun, and we do not get enough of them. The cringe metacrams used in the siege battle don't count, fellas. I mean, it was at least cool that they tried, but they just didn't hit enough to be fun. Not that these are going to hit either, because they fired on a target they thought was stationary, but definitely is not going to be. But such is life when you allow your munitions to fire at the start of a battle. Oh, did this thing already lose a leg? Goodness. Probably because there's spin blocks or turrets that are like kind of bisecting the leg to fit these cannon turrets on there. Oh, leg is entirely gone now. I think this thing can still walk on 3. Also, that is cool how the whole torso orients. I do love the Victorian designs. They look real fancy. And to get a health check, the attackers, a few of them have taken some damage, but they're mostly at full. Whereas the Strider Fort is already down to 58%. Oh, lost another leg. Actually make that lost 3 legs. It's so Joe for Strider Forts. The Bauble Scouts must live on in the memory of this thing. I guess this is what happens when you're actually using individual spin blocks that aren't surrounded in a brick of heavy armor. They are quite vulnerable. This thing still looks so cool though. I just love how there are guns tacked on everywhere. Like, legs have guns, not just 1, 2 guns. Even the guns have guns. We've got like a gun platform here, which has a minigun, a dual turret on bottom, a dual turret on top. I think this, yeah, a 500mm cannon right there. It has crams off the sides, double of course. And some casemates on the back here. This is the proper amount of gun, and I wish more people knew that. Okay, down to 56%. I'll let it go a little bit below 55%, just because this thing's cool. because it's on the player faction, I can let it do that. But I suspect it will not last much longer, even with that allowance. Especially now that it started to be on fire. And we can check out the Bobble Scouts too. I saw one of them taking a hit. Looks like it's the one on the right here. Is at least missing some of its wings, maybe. Yes, it's definitely lost some important parts, such as the cockpit walls and one of the forewings. This is the probably full health version. Love the animation. Comes with a turret on the bottom, and look at this. Even the turret has guns on the back. This is what this game is missing. More guns. And I love the gears too, even if they don't really make sense all the time. Will this cram land? Probably it will be a near miss. It was a relatively far miss. Okay, checking out Lefts-O'Neill Corp. Still got a couple on 96, 98, 94, 98, 97, 97. The escorts have also taken damage. More so than the tanks. I think it's because they're also designed with a lot of vulnerable spin blocks that are used for decoration. I like the dual purpose paddles and wheels. And now to go check out the poor Strider fort. Looks like it. Ooh, that's not looking so hot. I think the main turret went down. This thing's probably at like 25% health. 14, yikes. I am happy to scrap this thing if it's at 14%. It's still got one leg going though. I am surprised. But the main hull turret has been at least cut off, even if not destroyed totally. And there's not much left of the insides. The runways fell off for the Bobble Scouts. And the anyone left on this expedition is most certainly done for at this point. Okie dokie, here we've got, looks like the tanks have kind of split into two groups, depending on which way they went around the Bobble Scouts. We've got 7 tanks on this side, plus the escort, and that makes it 5 tanks in the escort on that side. Already one of these guys has hit the ground, the damaged one already. I'm gonna guess that it just lost its tail and then was unable to keep control of its pitch. And it lost its AI mainframe as well. This guy here has also suffered, I think, a very similar fate. These missiles just tearing into it now that the main Strider fort's gone and can't take that distraction anymore. 52%. Okay. That is a pretty easy dub for the Lefts-O'Neill Corp. And yep, that's this second combat bounty concluded. The very first one has now been defeated. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next battle shortly.